someone commented on my channel today and said I look like I was 40. I have a more mature demeanor, which I'm 24. I'm not 25 yet. But yeah, I'll take it as a compliment. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video and welcome back to another chat. This time we are chatting in my office. Unfortunately, both times I've tried to film a car chat this week have just failed miserably, and in the last video rendition I filmed on Sunday night after I had already filmed one on this camera, which I have determined that I will likely be selling, which I bought earlier this year, which really truly makes me upset. Why do I do this? Sarah, why do you do these things? I don't know. So if anyone is in the market for a Sony ZV-1, let me know. I'm gonna try to sell it back to B&H though. They're gonna give me like $280 for it. Buying a camera is like buying a car. Like, you lose money on it as soon as you unbox the thing. I don't know why that is. At least I could probably sell it, on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, but having to meet up with people from Facebook is a little just, I know it's 2023, but you know what? To be honest, it's a little uncomfy. And it's not exactly something I care to do. So there's that. Well, in today's chat, we are talking about a couple of different things. So if anyone remembers the bill, if anyone remembers, I'm foreshadowing here. If anyone remembers the Carespot visit from last month in November when I was sick, I was so excited because, there wasn't a bill. Well, 4 days ago, I come home and actually it was 5 days ago now. 5 days ago, I came home and there was a $175 bill on my doorstep. And I was like, really? But it's because I haven't met my deductible. My deductible for my health insurance is $3,500. Do I spend $3,500 at the doctor every year? Absolutely not. I don't. So, and the only reason I went to the doctor was because I was sick. Otherwise, I don't go. It really, really made me upset. And I'm like, $175 is not that much, but it is also. Anyway, it was kind of an ugly surprise. And I was like, are you serious right now? Like, I cannot deal with you on top of everything else. But like $175, like I said, it's menial in hindsight, but it's like, really? I wouldn't have been so pressed had they given me a prescription for antibiotics when I went, but they didn't. So they just said, oh, it's a cold. But then what's interesting, I will say, they put me down for COVID, even though I did not test positive for COVID. And there's been a lot of conversations recently about medical facilities getting kickbacks for marking things as COVID-19. And I do think that is a little suspicious to me. And I would not be surprised if that comes back to haunt me later, which, I went and looked at my insurance and it said COVID-19. I'm like, oh, great. So even though I was negative for COVID-19, they put COVID-19 on there anyway, which it said suspected COVID-19. It didn't say that I was positive for it, but still, whatever. It is a little suspicious to me. So there's that. After I saw that bill, I actually literally paid it and put it on the credit card. Then I ripped up the bill because I was like, this is bullshit. And I was very upset about it. But, I haven't met my deductible. So, I'm the blame technically, but I'm like, this really sucked. So yeah, $175 that could have went to another bill, went to a different bill. So, yeah, that was fun. That was fun to deal with. Let's see. I literally told my mom, I was like, next time I just won't go to the doctor. And as I'm sitting here right now, I literally feel like I'm getting sick again. So these are the days where I'm really grateful that I live at home, and I will live at home until I'm dead. No, I'm kidding, but that's really how I feel. Everyone I know, like I've said before, is moving back home or wanting to move back home, or anyone who has a mortgage is wanting to move back home. And I'm like, take this as a lesson in the back of my mind. But it's like, nope, I'm gonna live at home as long as I can stand it. There's that. But Ugly Bill was really just very ugly. I didn't appreciate it at all. What can I say? It is what it is. So yes, at the end of the day, I'm happy that I'm healthy. Now, knock on wood, I do feel like I'm getting sick currently, but it's fine. I'm happy I'm healthy. I don't have a lot of medical issues at this point. So the $175 is a blessing and a curse. At least I'm able to pay for it at least. So that's good. Granted, it did go to my credit card. So there's that. But so it's funny because I have been seeing on social media lately, the Home Alone movie is trending, or Home Alone 2 it's one of the two movies where the kid goes to buy a bunch of groceries and people are comparing what the total amount was back in whenever that was filmed compared to now, and even compared between last year and this year. And it's just like, I've been seeing that a lot on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm like, that's something. There's a thought there. So yeah, that's very interesting to me. Just what we already know, So on the subject of living at home, I bought an alarm system, a Simply Safe alarm system, and I'm really happy with it so far. The door sensors are great because when somebody opens the door, a little noise plays and it alerts me that there's someone coming in the door, especially when they have a key and like to pop over in the mornings before I go to work. Anyway, but it's really nice. And it's actually funny because my dad has a tree like right outside the window, and it's actually a new addition to the orchard. Yeah, the alarm system is for security purposes, obviously. Mostly I bought an alarm system so that I could hear when people open the door with the key. And it's funny because my dad, he likes to, look in the window like this. Especially if we're like getting ready to go somewhere. He'll come, if he doesn't drive the truck up to my house, then what he'll do is he'll come and walk up to me and like look in the window, and I'm like, dude, really? Come on. It's okay. It's all right though. It's funny nonetheless. And then my mom, sometimes what she'll do is she'll come over at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. And anyone who works full-time hours knows that, on your first day off, you do tend to sleep in. So before I've even had a cup of coffee, I've got a visitor. It's lovely. And like people are like, Sarah, it's great you live at home. Yes, it is. I know that, obviously. But, people don't really talk about mental health. It's kind of a taboo topic, but, your mental health does suffer. I think as a whole, it can suffer in different ways. Living at home definitely takes a toll. And there's like memes about this too. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty relatable actually. It makes you feel like a failure in a way for not being able to be out on your own entirely. But then you get comments like, you're living at home is definitely a privilege. And I'm like, it 100% is. I'm gonna live at home until I'm dead at this point. That's how I feel. I mean, it's so hard to be out on your own right now, especially with how things are. I mean, if you look at it, like the largest transfer of wealth from the middle class to the high class or whatever, I wouldn't call it high class, but the upper class happened in 2020. Like that was like the largest transfer of wealth. And I mean, the fact that people who are nurses and doctors, careers that you would naturally think are higher paid, the fact that those people are struggling really does say a lot about a lot. So it's just crazy to me. And I'm like, that's crazy. I mean, doctors are struggling right now. It's just crazy to me that people who are in what is conceived to be a high-paying career are struggling as well. It's just insane. That's all I really have to say this week. Not much to chat about in this office chat, which is a different rendition of my car chat, but we could change it up. Do office chat, car chat. Car chats are more fun though, especially because it's right before I go in the grocery store to go shopping. I do most of my shopping through order pickup because I don't go in the store anymore. And my mom made a good point with me this week about that, and I was like, you know what, she's honestly right, because during the pandemic I started doing order drive up, and it has honestly changed the game for me in terms of grocery shopping. Like, I don't really care to go in a grocery store anymore and buy groceries. And like, there are certain grocery stores that will charge you for order pickup or order drive up, and I don't go to those grocery stores. If I'm going to go buy anything from those grocery stores, then I just walk inside. But mostly it's just like, it's produce, meat, or dairy that I'm buying there. So anything else, like, I just buy through Walmart or Target. And sometimes Target is cheaper than Walmart. Like, people are like hesitant about that. I'm like, listen, I've literally went and looked at prices, and you have to price match every single thing to see what it is. And they just bring it out to my car. I did that for my parents because they needed a new microwave, and so my mom went online to find one, and she found one on Target, and she actually came over to my house at like 9 o'clock at night, okay, like around this time, and with her key. And it scared me, obviously, because I'm like, normally I don't have visitors that late. And she's like, I found the microwave, can you order this for me? And so I ordered it for her, and I let her use my $15 coupon to get it because I knew they needed the microwave. Because my dad, we have like 700 watt microwaves there are like 700 watt microwaves, and there's like 1100 and 1200 and I think even 1400 watt microwaves. And my dad was like, this microwave is not cooking my frozen dinner the way that it should. We need a new one. So he went out and bought another one that had to fit, in a certain space. Anyway, but with that being said, that is the end of this week's chat. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more. I post new chats every single week. This has been a really fun thing for me to do lately, and I've been really enjoying it. So if you feel like subscribing, I would definitely suggest that. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!